Hello again, everyone. This is Dana once again, and today we are going to talk about a preposition used for traveling. Are you ready? Because I am. Okay, let's begin. So, these are, as I said earlier, these are the prepositions we use for traveling. Now, there are a lot of prepositions, but we are going to just focus on three of those. So, we have in, on, and at. Okay, by the way, are you familiar with these vehicles? We're going to talk about that later on. Now, today's objectives would include to show different landmarks or places of interest around the world, demonstrate understanding of the different words used for traveling, and apply the use of the prepositions in, on, and at when talking about traveling. Now, speaking of traveling, do you like to travel? Because I do. Um, One thing that's nice about going to another place is that you get to learn about other people, their culture, their history, their tradition, and of course, their food. Okay, have I enticed you to try and travel? I hope so. Anyway, do you know any of these famous landmarks in the world? Got a secret for you. Haven't been here in any of these places, but hopefully one day I will be able to go here myself. And I hope that you could go there too. Okay, so we have here the first one is right. This is the Eiffel Tower in Paris. We also have the Taj Mahal in India. And of course, we have the very famous Statue of Liberty in New York, USA. Then we have the gondola in Venice. For those of you who are interested to watch plays, theater, musicals, you can go here at the Sydney Opera House in Sydney, Australia. And of course, you have here, they say this is the only structure that is visible from outside of the earth. So this is the, what is it again? Right, this is going to be the Great Wall of China in Beijing, China. Would you like to travel to these places someday? I know I would. I guess we just have to save up. Okay, now speaking of traveling again, would you like to know the words that we use when we travel? I'm sure you're quite familiar with these words already. Okay, so the first word is travel for obvious reasons. So, travel, like this guy, he's on a bus. Travel means to go from one place to another. Right. Now, what is the next word? Roam. See this man and woman in the park? They're just roaming. So, what do you mean by roam? To roam means to go from place to place without any direction. What about trek? Right. Trek. You see these people climbing up the mountain. To trek means to walk on a long distance, usually by foot. What about journey? A journey means to travel from one place to another, especially on a vehicle. What about a voyage? See this luxury liner? I'm sure we are all dreaming to be inside one of these. Voyage is a long journey involving traveling by sea or space. Tour, see these tourists? See that tourist. Right. Tourist or tour rather is a journey for pleasure in which several places are visited. What about move? This seems to be a very common word. To move is to simply go to a specific direction or manner. Now, for us to be able to go to these places that we mentioned earlier, and for us to be able to go and enjoy these places and use these words as well, we need to have different modes of transportation. So let's talk about that. Okay, so we have here different modes of transportation. Can you name all of this? Or at least two or three. Have you ridden any of this? So you have a plane over here, you have a helicopter, you've got a jet over here, you got a submarine, What about this? Right, a boat. Oh, the bigger version of that is a ship. Now we have here a car. I would imagine this is a sports car with the way it looks. You have a truck over here. You got a monster truck over here, I would say. You got a bicycle. You've got a scooter. You have another bicycle with training wheels for kids. You got an ambulance here for emergency. You got a jeep over here. And then you got another car. I would probably call it an SUV or a van. Okay, so which of these transportations mentioned earlier have you already used? I'm sure you have already used one or two of them, or maybe even all of them. Maybe you own one of these vehicles. I sure envy you if you own your own airplane. That's gonna be really fun. Okay, so let's talk about the main event. This is about preposition. Now, we've mentioned this since earlier. I'd like to know what are prepositions? Well, to help you out with that, let's define what it is. A preposition or prepositions are words or group of words that are used before a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, spatial relationship, or to introduce an object. Now, as I said earlier, we are going to just talk about three prepositions because we've got a lot of them. So we're going to focus on in, on, and at only. Okay, so these are the different prepositions used for transportation. So we use in when we can sit on a vehicle. Example, in a car, in a truck, in a helicopter. We use on for vehicles where we can stand or walk. On a bus, on a ship, on a plane. We use on for public transportation, on the bus, on a plane, on a ship or cruise, on a train, on the subway, on the trolley. We use at for places where you wait for transport, at the bus stop, at a taxi stand, at the airport, at a train station, at a stop sign, at an intersection, and at a crosswalk. Okay, I hope that's clear for you how we use in, on, and at when we talk about transportation. Okay, got any questions? Just let me know. Okay, so now it's your turn. Let's see what you have learned from the lessons that we had earlier. So I need you to fill in the blanks with the correct preposition. Okay, we have 5 numbers over here. I need you to answer all of this. So you got here the words that we have learned, and then there are prepositions as their partners. So they should go together. So I need you to answer this as honestly and as candidly as you can. Okay? Now, since you are done with answering these questions, I'd like you to make your own sentences to talk about a place you often go to and how you go there. We can probably just write an essay of 100 words, and then you talk about a favorite place of yours or a dream place maybe that you'd like to go or you've been before. Okay? Is that clear? Right. Okay. Now, as a final activity, I need you to describe the following pictures using the proper preposition rather for traveling using transportation. Okay, so this is your final activity. So I need you to tell me what words we're going to use that, the words for traveling, and the preposition that goes with it. So these are the different modes of transportation or also the different ways to travel. So you got 8 numbers up there. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll be very glad to attend to you. Okay, so I think that's it. That's just about the time that we have. I hope you guys learned a thing or two about the travel prepositions or the words that we use for traveling and also the prepositions that we use to travel. Okay? So thank you everyone. I hope to see you again soon and thanks for watching and thanks for being here in this lesson. See ya. Bye.